Former ambassador to the United Nations, John Bolton.
Despite a number of years in the public eye, John Bolton has only held high office once before, temporarily, as the US ambassador to the United Nations under President George W. Bush. He was in that position for less than a year and a half, as he was considered too controversial. But Bolton has been a fixture as an analyst on Trump's favourite TV channel, Fox News, where he has been espousing his hawkish views for years.
I think the only diplomatic option left is to end the regime in North Korea by effectively having the South take it over. The regime in Iran needs to change. I think the world needs to hear this with clarity.
Bolton believes in the preeminence of the US in world affairs and American exceptionalism. He often pushes unilateral military solutions to solve the thorniest of diplomatic problems. He supported the US invasion of Iraq both before and after. When it comes to today's global issues, he is no less bombastic. He wrote this opinion piece less than 2 months ago in the Wall Street Journal, entitled "The Legal Case for Striking North Korea First." He wrote in part, "Preemption opponents argue that action is not justified because Pyongyang does not constitute an imminent threat. They are wrong." In a lead-up to the Iran nuclear deal in 2015, he wrote this New York Times opinion piece with the headline, "To stop Iran's bomb, bomb Iran." In it, he advocated Israeli or US attacks against Iran's nuclear fuel installations and called for the overthrow of the government in Tehran, writing in part, "Such action could be combined with vigorous American support for Iran's opposition aimed at regime change in Tehran." Bolton has strong views on Taiwan too, backing more military sales to the island, diplomatic contacts and US port calls. He's also encouraged independence. The big question now is, will John Bolton's views become US policy?
But you are going to do a fantastic job, and I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Trump has been listening to Bolton, however, for a long time. He was reportedly on the shortlist for US Secretary of State before Rex Tillerson. Just how much influence John Bolton has over the US president will be known very quickly. In the next few weeks, they have to decide whether to scrap or stay in the Iran nuclear deal. Both men are against the deal. They also have to work out in the next few weeks details for the summit between US President Trump and Kim Jong-un, as well as a diplomatic spat with Russia and a looming trade war with China. Lots of diplomacy for the National Security Advisor's first day on the job. Nathan King, CGTN at the White House.